It's the Eagle Community Television Forum with your host, Gary SHORMAN.
Hi, I'm Gary SHORMAN, and this is the Forum on Eagle Television. It's good to have you watching along as the Forum is brought to you by Hayes Med. Our guest today is from Russell, and he's the new administrator at the Russell Hospital. His name is Rob Nahmensen. And Rob, good to have you here.
Great to be here. Thank you.
You know, we talk about this time of year, a lot of things health related with flus, et cetera. But before we go there, tell me about yourself. And you started November 1st. What brought you to Russell?
The job actually brought me to Russell. I'm very excited about the opportunity. So it was a great career move, and it was great. It seemed like a really great community to be a part of.
Now, I understand it. You started out being a hospital administrator wasn't your first job. You actually looked at going into a different career in the ministry, but that changed. What changed, and what have you done between that and being here?
Okay. You know, when I was in seminary, actually, my original goal was to be a hospital chaplain. I always enjoyed working in that setting, and I always enjoyed working with people in that way, and I kind of felt a calling in a different direction, and led me to actually being a nursing home administrator. Did that for a couple years, moved around the Midwest a little bit, and then got an opportunity in Syracuse, Kansas, as the administrator out there. Worked out there for a little while, and also at the hospital in Johnson, Kansas, before coming here. And like I said, it's just a great community. I really wanted to be a part of it. So.
Well, Russell is a good town, and you know, you talk about what happens there at the hospital. A lot of folks will drive by. It's a nice facility. You jumped into this kind of right in the middle, almost to the end of a big expansion project. Where are you on that?
Oh yeah, we certainly were undertaking a lot of things when I came on board. It was kind of a three-phase project, expanding our physician's clinic, which is kind of the biggest project, expanding our surgical department, and also our x-ray equipment. And so when I got there, actually, we were kind of wrapping up those projects, and we're going to be opening our new physician's clinic here any day now. I'm very excited about that. Certainly will be a great new facility and great for recruitment.
Now, when you talk about doctor's clinic, what do you see when you walk in? What's changed from before to now?
Well, this is a completely new building, and so updated, a lot more central location, I think, a little bit easier to navigate as a patient. And like I said, it's a great facility for our staff to kind of work together and work in collaboration. We're
going to talk about how you guys work with Hayes Med, but in the meantime, you have a group of doctors over there. Are they all family practice doctors? What is your clinic staffed with?
We do have all family practice physicians and mid-level providers, nurse practitioners, and PAs.
And when that comes, that people can come for about anything they need on that kind of that general health care type of thing?
Yes, they can. And then if they need further care, then we can refer them over to Hayes or somewhere else to get that specialized care.
How does that work between hospitals?
It works really well. I think we all kind of see the need for collaboration and to work together, and how we're all necessary for survival. So it works very well.
One of the things I know you're working on is going to be opening in a few months is a new surgery type thing. What kind of surgeries will you be doing there?
So right now we're doing kind of basic scopes, colonoscopies, endoscopies, and we're looking to kind of expand further into doing some basic general procedures like gallbladders and appendectomies, maybe some ortho procedures as well.
One of the things I know in a smaller community, you're going to be dealing with a clientele that may be a little bit older. And doing that. How does that reflect what you're trying to make happen?
Well, really, what we're trying to do is kind of bring some of those services to Russell. And I know there's a lot of different options for people to get that care. And having on that older clientele, it's nice to have those services available in the local community. Saves them from having to drive, especially here in this winter weather we get. It's nice to have those just right around the corner.
One of the things I know, when you're looking at a community, you go there, you walk in the door the first time. When you walked in the Russell Hospital door, what did you think? Because, you're not originally, St. Louis, you just mentioned you were born in St. Louis, but when you walked in the door the first time, whether it be for the interview or the first time through just to check it out, what did you think?
It was a great opportunity, but also a lot of work. Like I said, when I kind of started there in the middle of all these different projects, and so certainly got thrown right in the middle of it all, but I was very excited about it.
One of the things that when you take a look at what goes on in a hospital, there's the flu season that we're in the middle of right now, trying to manage that. Talk about that in a case of first we'll talk about the hospital. I know has been pretty busy with the flu. But then we'll talk about maybe some ways from the healthcare side of it to things people should do at home to be preventing that.
Yeah, I certainly have been very busy at the hospital. I think that's
Has it been the flu that's made it that way?
It has been, yeah. We've seen, especially here in the last few weeks, really an increase of the flu. And so we've certainly kind of seen that impact. I know nationwide it's been a big thing, and I know in other parts of Kansas, and we're starting to see it now here in central Kansas as well.
You know, that's what we've heard. What are the symptoms of this flu? That just regular flu stuff, or is there some specific?
Regular flu stuff, just that kind of upper respiratory kind of flu going on.
Okay, none of us want that. What should you do to stay away from that?
Best thing is kind of rest, wash your hands, you know, kind of those basic healthcare kind of tips. So.
I know you talk about that. You just can't live in a hole where you don't visit people. You don't go out and do that. But you know, washing those hands just makes a big difference.
Oh yeah, it's amazing something so small can have such a big impact. So.
We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about the hospital financially. You inherited a hospital that's in pretty good shape. We'll talk about that. Rob Nahmensen is our guest here. He is the new CEO of the Russell Hospital. Back with more after this from HaysMed.
HaysMed is your first and best choice for healthcare. They're the only facility providing tertiary level services in this region. With more than 70 physicians and 26 specialties ranging from heart, orthopedic, spine care, cancer, obstetrics and gynecology, wound care, rehabilitation and surgery, including the Da Vinci robotic surgery, HaysMed is your comprehensive health provider for people throughout Western Kansas. HaysMed, helping people be healthy.
Eagle Communications is your ultimate business partner. We provide business class phone with customizable features and fast, reliable internet. Your knowledgeable team at Technology Solutions has a broad base of IT services to meet your needs. Let the experts at Marketing Solutions get your message to the right people on the best platforms. The only piece missing is your business. Call Eagle Communications today at 877-61-EAGLE.
Welcome back to the second half of our forum program here with Rob Nahmensen, who is the CEO of the Russell Hospital. If you have ideas for our future programs coming up, let me know. Gary.Shorman@eaglecom.net. You can also chase me down on Facebook under ECTV Forum, ECTV Forum on Facebook. Our guest, Rod Nahmensen. He's just started November 1st as a CEO of the Russell Hospital. Going into the break, we talked about coming on board. Not every rural hospital in the country is in the black, and you found that. What's caused that?
I think there's kind of a lot of different factors. You know, I think expenses, you know, as we all know with our personal expenses, keep going up. And unfortunately, we see our reimbursement and our reimbursement from healthcare, from the health insurance companies keeps going down. And so it's kind of causing a real struggle, especially in rural communities.
But the Russell Hospital so far has managed to stay above that, so that's a good thing to come into. One of the factors, and you know, I know it, you hear about it in the news, all through the media about how the Blue Crosses of the world, you know, insurance providers, government themselves, probably one of the biggest ones, keep reducing the payment. What can you do about that as a local hospital CEO?
You know, we try our best to advocate for our needs and kind of let the health insurance companies know, you know, what we're doing and how we're trying to provide care for the communities, and let them know that, you know, these communities do need these care. It's kind of, I think, sometimes easier from, you know, that big picture perspective to say, well, you know, maybe you don't need a hospital in that community, but I think it's kind of really advocating for our community hospitals and letting them know, you know, the value we do bring for those small communities.
Well, that makes a difference. Do you have to travel to Washington or Topeka, or do you have somebody that represents you?
We have the Kansas Hospital Association, which represents us, and they do a really great job of kind of advocating for our needs and, you know, letting those in Washington know, you know, that these small rural communities, you know, are really important.
Right now we're in the middle of February, or first part, middle of February. Is there going to be a big ribbon cutting so people can come down and take a look at this without having to get sick to come in and see the new hospital?
They are. We're looking at the beginning of March, and we'll kind of advertise that on our Facebook page and on the radio and let everybody kind of know when officially will be. We're looking at that first week of March.
Boy, that'll be kind of fun to see, because that gives you a chance to kind of look at that without having to actually be a patient in there to do that. As somebody wants to find out more, what's the best way to do that? I'm sure they can come down to the hospital and do that.
Come on down to the hospital. You can check out our website, Russell Regional Hospital, or you can go onto our Facebook page as well.
Sounds like fun. Go out and do that. Some exciting things happen at the Russell Hospital, and good to have you on board. Look forward to maybe catching up a little bit later on how these projects are going, and especially after such a nice improvement project that's been in place.
Oh yeah, sounds great.
Rob, good to have you. Our
Great to
guest
be
is
here.
Rob Nahmensen, who is the new CEO of the Russell Regional Hospital. It's good to have you watching this program as well. The program is brought to you by Hayes Med and by Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Are you frustrated with Wi-Fi dead zones in your home? It happens when you don't have Boost, the cutting-edge Wi-Fi solution from Eagle Communications. A Boost-certified Eagle technician maps your home, then installs a dual-band modem and router, plus discrete access points to deliver wall-to-wall Wi-Fi with no dead zones. Boost powers all your family's devices in all the places you love to live. Get Boost. Wi-Fi made simple. Only from Eagle Communications. Call today.